Admiral's summons to withdraw from the Mechanicus facility on Avarax, and we do not know why. Captain Akran has tasked me to aid in your retrieval of the Magos biologists before the Tyranids completely engulf the mining base, causing unnecessary loss of data. Honored to perform our duty, Magos. Atmospheric conditions are suboptimal to mission deployment and evacuation. This is as close as I can get you to the Longinus Gamma facility. Hold position!
Trigon-class Tyranid sighted.
Take heed, Viridian. Trigon target acquisition vectors are unknown. Best to keep moving and stay together. Projecting a sense of tactical dominance may deter it from attacking. For now.
Stay vigilant.
It dares not assault us if we stand and strike.
Change position. Maintain formation.
Tarry not, and scatter not.
High priority tip iron hail ready. Utilize artifact in dire circumstances. Xenos countermeasures successful. Ammunition restocked. Change position. Maintain formation. Inactivative maneuvers.
Tarry not, and scatter not.
Elite level Xenos. Pacify. Iron Halo protocol in progress. Eliminate target before it summons reinforcements. This terrain cannot sustain us. Iron Halo online. Position structurally unsafe. Do not stay long. Specialized biofield neutralized.
It seeks to engage us, Bronx. Replenishing firepower.
New orders. Purge alien bioforms. magazines. Rearming.
Close ranks and hunker down.
Kill confirmed. Major Tyranid threat. Tyranid swarm thin. Obtaining armaments. Contact imminent.
Silence their quartering.
The Trigon alters its approach vector.
A lift station lies just ahead, Meridian. Considering the Trigon's presence is incidental to our objective, utilize the lift to reroute closer to Metrian's keep.
Affirmative. Securing efficient transport now.
Transport lift at the request of Maker's Galleon. Remain patient. Transport lift inbound.
Perplexing. I have transmitted no authorizations.
Location security indefensible. Reposition frequently to compensate.
Transport lift status incorrect. Begins, ceases. Begins, ceases.
Ignore the servo scan and focus on footholds.
Lift has arrived.
Rally at the lift.
Source of tremors.
The world is a Xenos source confusion.
Lockdown sector. Rally point established. Ready for next encounter.
Ignoel Metrian welcomes you to Longinus Gamma Bio Research Facility. Please do not disturb the lift. It would be a waste. I have no music to play while you descend. Use the silence to contemplate your futile, brutal existence in service to a desiccated cause.
Damaged servo skull logged into mission report.
Viridian, the servo skull is enslaved to an unknown master. I am...
Puritan signal silenced. Continue to discuss your fate amongst yourselves. It changes nothing.
Block out any distractions. Our orders stand.
A suggestion: abandon Gallio's misguided vendetta against the Magos biologists. Do you know what Gallio and Metrian achieved together in the past? Ask about Project Zeta 6 if you
Let Magos Gallia join the
The Tyranids will digest your flesh as biomass.
Critical observation. Servo skull is compromised.
Once I heard of a servo skull performing songs. I thought it was jest until now.
Commencing reload. Tyranids approaching. Engage weapons.
This is Magos Gallia. I hereby order you to turn your weapons on each other.
Destroy spore mines. Conversion field operational. Specialized bioform neutralized.
Bounty down self-tactics.
Xenos countermeasures successful. All Tyranid combatants eliminated. Mission update. Trigon has breached Longinus Gamma.
We're not intimidated by its revolting carnage.
I was worried you had fallen victim to Metrian's mastery of malphonic disruptive frequencies, but now the uncomfortable sensation associated with relief cools my remaining skin. Be warned, Viridian. Metrian cannot hope to stand against you alone, so she will lie and stall in hope the Xenos swarm will devour you. Case in point, she has enslaved that servo skull as a crude mouthpiece. But give her word zero credibility for the mission's sake. And your own.
Metrian has failed thus far, and she will continue to fail.
You are pawns of a redundant system gridlocked by bureaucracy and blinded by flesh faith.
Borrower incoming!
Multiple Xenos encountered.
Status. The facility is well stocked in mining gear. Requisition melter charges to eradicate the tunnels and halt the infestation.
Find the melter ordnance with dispatch! Who has eyes on melter charges?
Source melter
Gallia
charges
knows
without
nothing of the
delay.
shadow in the wall and its myriad secrets. But I do.
Brothers, seek instruments of holy immolation. A fine instrument of destruction in my hands.
Authorization granted. Exercise proper precautions for handling melting.
Purify their fetid tunnels with the melter charges. Behold the glory of thermal purification. Melter charge sourced. We can proceed.
Melter demolitions tool
You
cache
passed the
at your
connector
disposal.
door. It was behind you, where your corpses shall soon rot.
Annihilate Tyranid rally points.
Sterilize these burrows of Xenos.
Elite level Xenos. Melter charge deployment approved.
charge acquired.
The department in Monitorum will be notified of
Meltify will cauterize and fuse their tunnels shut.
Enemy Ewoks inert.
Forward! We dare not be late to apprehend this Metrian.
When you die, I will usually record your howls of agony for future intimidation.
There is no turning back. We are committed.
Inside the facility, you'll find Metrian cowering in her data enclave.
Galio, old friend of mine. If you missed our binaric discourses, you could have sent communication. I observe you still pathetically cling to views of soft tissue. Remember, meat lacks efficiency, whereas metallic alloys stave off corrosion and degradation for far longer.
How far you have fallen, Ignoel, that I must drag you back into the light.
Spore mines inbound. Engaging elite countermeasures.
This is the wrong path. You must turn back.
Fragmentation grenade out! Tyranid bioform obliterated. Ammunition restocked. Additional supplies secured.
Select preferred method of execution. Decapitation, desiccation, defenestration.
New path ahead.
Disembowelment, drowning, dissection.
3 meat lackeys seems like overkill, Galio. You think too highly of me. These poor, inert variables shall perish here, devoured by the Tyranids, and you do not care.
Metrian shut down power to the uplink terminals. You must resupply the generator with a backup power cell. She hopes the Tyranids will annihilate you, but she underestimates the second company.
Tactical pivot. Locate generator power cell.
I beseech you, Galio, bear witness to the summation of our divine arithmetic from long ago. Remember Project Zeta 6?
As my theorems predicted, your life vector has converged with renegade factors, and Zeta 6 was a waste of computational resources and one perfectly good Grox. Surrender now, and perhaps leniency can be granted. After the mind probes, of course.
You are a redundant functionary. Your Astartes shall die here, alone, in the dark.
Intercepting projectiles. Located power cell.
Bring power to the generators.
Light and darkness. How easily flesh parts deceive their perception.
Disrupt disrupt her attempts to connect with our facility's network.
Iron
Mitrium will
Halo
seize
online.
any opportunity to damage crucial data, which would deem this mission a failure. Do not let her connect to the consoles. I will gladly rip her away from these bottles.
I am copies of copies, backups of backups, and I degrade not. You have already fallen.
Establish perimeter around console.
Reloading!
Terminal connection offline. Console is secure.
Return to Mitrium's containment unit. See, Mitrium, the more you thrash, the deeper you set our hooks. These tender thoughts of Astartes' flesh have accomplished nothing, Galio. My machinations are already achieving my designs. You are fools, peasants. Silence, Mitrium. Meridian, confirm possession of her quivering mass of computational gray matter.
Asset acquired.
Pilot, Meridian is ready for evacuation. Sending updated extraction coordinates to you now, Meridian.
High priority killing. Eliminated. Refilling magazines.
Gather at my locus. Do not get turned around. A little more dust is no bother.
Evacuation point ahead. Preparing disciplinary report. Thermal explosive. Ready. Execute Iron Halo tactics. Cut off its core parade. Now. Xenos countermeasures successful.
Fill your packs, brothers.
War gear acquired.
No turning back now. The Emperor sees magazine media say.
I cannot land with that borrowing accommodation lighting about. Deep scans have penetrated the atmospheric disturbances, and Mitrium's
specialized bio neutralized. Heavy melter bomb. Kill confirmed. Major Tyranid threat. Placing melter bomb.
Trigon kill confirmed. My congratulations, Meridian. The mission was a success, despite the odds.
Magos, how well did you know Metrian?
Ignoel Metrian and the historical dataset she possesses are for Mechanicus eyes only. But rest assured, she is in trustworthy hands now. You have my gratitude for your efforts, and I shall recommend some honorifics for your service, of course. There is much to pass, much to learn, and much to reminisce about.